Welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter. I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than a live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link. You can scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. It's free to register, by the way. It won't cost you a penny to register. You must place a space when you register between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and you enjoy watching us on YouTube instead, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. I'm talking about the chat box. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That's the like button. Subscribe, share, and comments on the videos help Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. And please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account. It's been doing that for over 4 years now. And I did it before I was the host. So I'm not just doing it because I'm the host. I did it before I got this opportunity. Now, if you don't want to do the memberships for whatever reason, you can do the super chat, which is right over here below the chat box. And it's the $sign there, I believe. And then click on that and it'll direct you to how you can donate. And if you don't want, if you actually the super chat goes away, so that's only during the live stream where you can donate using the super chat. So if you're watching the replay, look for the 3 dots underneath the video, click on that and the menu will pop up and select super thanks, and then that'll direct you to the same place to make your donations. Please support us. Please, hopefully your donations are in line with what you're receiving in return. I think this is a great platform, great information. And so I think it's well worth it. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, oh, by the way, when you join our YouTube channel memberships, you become a member of the family, and you have access to member-only videos, because not all the videos are up there. There are some member-only videos, and you can capture those that wouldn't be available to you unless you're a member. Now, if you want to reach me, the best way to reach me is to go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. Excuse me. If you go there, please locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video of a video that Sparky shot with his video camera, me flying Sparky's Junar XL. It was orange back then, but it's I think it's white with orange trim, one of his better flying planes. And if you go there and check it out, you can subscribe and share there as well. And I'd appreciate you checking it out. Anyways, I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. And I got some people in the gallery already. Fantastic. I'm not sure who came in first, but let me make my way to the to the control panel. I need to get me a drink real quick. Just a minute here. Let me see what's going on here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Let's see here. Here we go. Let me get a swig of this here. Hey, Gary and John, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good, except for Gary beat me today.
Pretty good.
What was that again, Jonathan? What'd you say?
Gary beat me here today.
Oh, Gary's waiting on me to post that link.
Yeah,
I know. Thank you, Gary, for your patience.
yeah, that's all right. Everything goes good. It's fine.
Good. Great. Let me make my way to the control panel so I can see what's going on with the chat box. And it looks like we have 7 concurrent viewers, 3 likes. So those of you who have not hit the like button, please do that. It's free and it helps the analytics of the show. So, and then we have Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. He says, yo. And Gary Sinclair, who's in the gallery, he says, hi, like provided. Gary's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you, Gary, for your support. Appreciate it. And then Marcel Legrand says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. Hey, Marcel, how you doing? Let me just do a few more things here, and I will give you my undivided attention. Let's see here. All right. Come on, click. All right. My computer is a little bit slow today, and hardly anyone's here. It's just my wife and I are here. Kids are all at the beach. Yeah. So
Maybe somebody else is riding on your Wi-Fi.
maybe. Or I think my computer is just inept. It's just getting old. You know, it doesn't take them long to get too old, you know.
Oh yeah.
I have reformatted and restored it before, and it worked for a while, but now it's back to being Mosley. But fortunately, it's this says my connection is excellent, so that's good. So let's assume Gary came in first because he's so fast. Hey, Gary. So hey, all right, man, I should get a checker.
So you're saying I'm half fast?
Half fast by who was that guy that designed that plane? Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
Yeah, Wild Bill, that's bad.
It's not a bad thing, huh?
Nah.
Did you ever meet Wild Bill Nesman?
Oh yeah, many times. We're good friends.
I met him only once, and I think he had brought out what's the one with the twin booms? I think.
Oh, the oh, come on.
Jiggerbug or
Humbug,
yeah.
Humbug.
Yeah, he was flying that. And but what really impressed me was he had this I don't have a picture of it, but you know, like I'm having to go up near the prop to adjust that Super Tiger univalve. You know, you're only what 3/8 of an inch from the blade, you know, if you have big hands like me, big mittens. And Wild Bill Nesman had a handle with an aluminum tube and a slot on the top of the tube, and so he put that beyond the his hand was beyond the prop, and he was able to adjust the needle that way. And I made it. It's in my flight box. I use it from time to time, and it's a nice, safe way to adjust a Super Tiger needle valve.
But have you got a little gripper in the end or something that goes on your thing and grips it so you can turn it?
You can imagine a tube, aluminum tube, and you cut a slot across it.
Oh,
so the bend in the Super Tiger needle valve, that slot grabs that needle valve and then it turns it.
Oh, okay.
And it gets a good handle on the needle valve too. So I have to show it. It's maybe someone could use that. It's simple to make. I just use a handle from a those handles. My dad, he had all these files, and he had wooden handles that he would ram into the file at the end, had a pointed end, and you could hold the file. Yeah. And I just used one of those, and I just put a it's like a 3/8 of an inch or less, maybe 5/16 aluminum tube. And like I said, the slot is cut across it, and it just grabs that Super Tiger needle valve. and it's long enough that your hand is way beyond the prop.
I have the plans for Wild Bill's only stunt ship, actual bona fide stunt ship, classic legal that he ever designed.
Which one's that?
Don't ask me the name. He's one of those weird names, but
That's
he actually built one and brought it to VSC some years back.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I need.
I'll find it and have it next time. So
Yeah, the only ones I remember is that one we mentioned, that
half-assed.
half-ass, and then he had the didn't he do the arrow, fierce arrow?
Well, this was actually okay. I have to take back. Fierce Arrow was a stunt ship, but this one was not a delta wing. This is a standard wing and tail and all that, and it's old enough to be classic legal, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it right now.
And maybe
Doodlebug.
Jitterbug, that's it.
what's it called?
Doodlebug.
What was that? Sparky?
Doodlebug.
No, not the Doodlebug. Jitterbug, I think it was.
Did you ever fly one, Sparky?
No.
I flew the half-ass, and I gave mine to Carl Reed. I don't know if Carl Reed's going to come in, but I think Carl Reed has worked on it, made some repairs to it, but it flew all right. And I have plans for the Fierce Arrow, but I never was really smitten by the Delta Wing type stunners, half-ass or the Fierce Arrow. They didn't do anything for me. I don't know if they flew good or not. I mean, the half I flew it, but it flew like a combat plane to me.
fast acting, right?
What was that, Gary?
Fast acting. Don't take much to just turn it upside down, probably.
Yeah. It could turn on a dime, that's for darn sure. So how you doing, Sparky?
All right. I think I ruined my flight streak.
How do you ruin that? What'd you do?
It's got blush all over it and I can't get it out. I'll show you.
All right.
We're just gonna let it go as is.
I don't see any blush in the tail section.
Right here. See
Oh
it?
yeah, I see that. Yeah. Huh.
The tips got blush.
Oh wow.
It's pretty humid today. I should have known better.
Huh.
But we'll just let it go as is.
Yeah. Maybe it'll make up in flying pretty good.
I doubt it.
So now we have a little bit more people in here. John, you want to tell us what you've been up to?
Oh, just still working on the electric version of the Trailblazer. You know, get a little done here, a little done there, and then get off on another project. It's going to go a lot faster because, of course, everything else is all already drawn. I did set it up to share so I can show what I was trying to show the last meeting, you know, that I couldn't do it because we had everybody in the, can I share that for a moment?
You should be able to. I think I enabled that earlier.
Okay, I'll try it. See what happens.
Hi, Ed, and hi, Stuart. See you guys. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. John Miller started the screen. There we go. All right.
All right. Well, everybody's still can't do it. Darn it. But anyway, you see, all this stuff here wasn't on there. These things over here.
Okay.
All it was there was just and so all I have to do is turn the layers on or off, and they appear or disappear. So somebody asked me about what the angle it was here, but that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Charles?
I was just curious what kind of angle attack when it's sitting down on the deck.
5 degrees.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so, yeah. So anyway, so there, everything's turned on like it would be if it was finished. These boxes I've got on here are things that need attention where I have to do some editing or changes or whatever. So anyway, but that's all I wanted to show.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's see.
Fantastic. So Ed Waski, what you been up to?
Oh, hey, busy, work, life, things like that.
Both 4-letter words.
I I'm going to attempt to share something,
All right.
and that. So you said I needed to open it first.
Right.
Let me make sure. I need to make sure I got the right picture opened.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, this is going to be interesting. It's not what I wanted to share, but it's worth a try. Oh, there we go. That's the one I wanted to share. Okay, I have the picture open. I want to share. Now I gotta go back to you.
Right. Come back to me on the bottom of the screen. In the middle, hit this share button.
And I see the picture of you, but it's not going full size again.
Um, is the picture of me what you want to show, or is something else you wanted to show?
No, I've got the picture I want to show up on the screen.
Okay.
Is
Cool.
it full size?
Okay, it is now.
Okay, now share it.
I can't get to my screen on Stunthangar.
Hit the Alt Tab button and then toggle to where you want to get what you want to click on.
Oops.
This is no good.
Well, I can see you there. Hang on. Hide video, no. There we go.
All right, Ed Waski's sharing. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
Yeah, so this was a remake, and thanks to a lot of people in regards to we wanted to show with the help of Bob Hunt, he gave me some recommendations. So we started off at 1940 with the Fireball. Am I correct? Fireball.
right.
And that was a very difficult one to get a good photo of, to be
Right.
able to blow it up that big. And a buddy of mine that's one of the software engineers for NASA, I sent him a photo and he did some magic to where he made it look like that.
Very good.
So I was really happy. The AMA Museum with the Nobler, and then Bob Hunt sent me several photos to pick from, and we wanted to be able to show that. So if they're at some kind of event somewhere, we've got something to people to look at to do that one. I've got another one. Now it's going to be interesting to see how I get to it, and that. There we go. I'm there. And you said Alt Tab. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't, for some reason, get to you guys. Every time I do this, it seems to be different.
Well, do the Alt Tab together and toggle to get to the screen you want to get to. Have your thumb on like your Alt and then your index finger on the tab. There we go.
Yeah. So then this is another photo of the bottom of it, just to show that.
I like that. Very good.
And that. Got another one.
All right.
I
see you, Gordon. So you know, I see.
apologize for my lack of
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Once you start regularly, it gets easier and easier.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do that.
Good.
Nope, I don't want that. Oop, did I just delete you? Nope, you're there.
I'm still here.
And well, you know what? Let me work on trying to bring the other photo up, and then I will attempt again here later on and stuff. I gotta find the other photo.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to share
Yeah.
since you started that. Let me share this real quick.
July 1st.
July 1st, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? Just move this over here. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let's see.
Hey, cuz.
Here. Okay, and let's see here. And we're going to share this. Okay. So, you guys see this? This
Not
is
yet.
July. This is the calendar that Gary Sinclair does for us. And we have Mark Gerber. I think he's in the gallery as well. And we have his Bearcat. And it's powered by a Super Tiger 60. It's got a display prop there with the four blade prop there. But he flew it with a rev up 10.5 or 6. And the finish is glass coat. And the weight came out at 63 ounces. And below that, we have the Mistel FW190 and the JU88, or JU88, excuse me. And that is a pretty neat model. I know, I believe Keith has shown that during a share on our show. And it, let's see here. So it has two Cox 020s. And what is the one on top? I forgot what engine that is on top. Looks at 3 engines here. We got 2 planes. Anyway, so that's July. Thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate it. Let me get rid of this.
You're welcome.
Let me try it again.
Okay.
Do you see anything?
Not yet.
That's it. Those display units that you're using there is really nice, aren't they?
Look at there.
Those display units, Gary?
Is the airplane there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I'm getting closer on that and stuff.
Good. Like it.
Pat Johnson's kit. I had 3 photos, and I'm not sure how. Let me try this.
Oh, look at you. You're getting
Yeah,
good.
the West by God Virginian.
Uh,
Yeah, the guy Punchy was from West Virginia, and that. In fact, a buddy of mine met him before he passed away, and part of the cowling is at the airport in Atlanta, in the hallway.
Oh, wow.
Is that a decal or hand painted?
Cali Graphics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
Very nice.
That's cool.
so I just did some photoshopping where I was just trying to put something in there and came up with that as an idea.
Very nice.
And that, so, okay. All righty. All right. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So the finish is what? Is it, what's the finish?
Oh, I went and used silver ultra coat because I've done it on other aircraft, but boy, what a pain in the neck on a profile fuselage when you've got everything together. I certainly won't do that again and stuff. So
Looks good, though.
Live and learn, brother. Live and learn.
yeah. So I've done others where it was real easy to work with, but I tried.
Yeah, it looks good. I think it looks really good.
It looks real good.
Yeah, it's putting electronics in and doing some final hookups. And,
What is that behind you?
Cranberry, and I put my baby at the end of the counter so I wouldn't forget it.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Talking about
Because
Got the
Oh.
wicked rabbit. It's got a wicked rabbit behind you.
Yeah, that's
Wascally
nose
rabbit.
art.
Looks nice.
even it both. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Look at that. Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, a buddy of mine in the Philippines, he makes the RV kits, and when they have scrap metal, he does paintings like this and puts it all over the place in his hangar.
Wow.
Nice.
And I had him do one for me, or a couple of them for me, and that.
That's really neat.
And he
eh?
also did my Air Force fighter squadron, 18th TAC Fighter Wing.
Did
Very
nice.
good.
That he makes the RV kits.
Yeah, he does all the quick build kits for Vans RVs.
Wow.
Yeah. Bill and I were the Sanford and Son over in the Philippines of bringing stuff back to the U.S. and stuff.
Okay.
Very good. Very
Cool
good.
enough.
Brought all kinds of aircraft parts and airplanes back, things like that.
Very good. So, you joined the Air Force at what age?
I was drafted the last year of the draft number 77, and you know what? It was pretty good. I took the Air Force test. They said, if you join us, we guarantee you any job in this booklet. And there was aircraft maintenance. And so I was a F4 and F105 mechanic, also some T-38s.
Cool.
And that, so the heavy maintenance, and which led me to my future because, you know, flight control rigging, landing gear changes, helping out with engine changes. It was all the heavy maintenance stuff and crash recovery.
Very cool. Well, thanks for your service. So, how
Oh,
long was you in the
welcome.
Air Force?
4 years. Yeah. Vietnam was winding down, and they were more worried about painting the curbs and making sure the rocks were straight. And I said I could always come back in, and I got out, and I missed it, but I'm still around airplanes and was still having fun. So I'm glad that I was able to do the Air Force for 4 years, and then gave up the opportunity of going into the reserves and stuff. When I was trying to get the job, I couldn't get it, and then all of a sudden it was offered to me, and I'd already been doing stuff elsewhere.
Very good. Well, thank you for your service.
Welcome.
My son's in the Air Force. He's been in 15 years.
Good.
He just recently got promoted to Master Sergeant.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, Stuart, I like your shirt. Got that Brodak 2024. Make it big. All right.
Once again, you can tell where Stewart's at right away. At Brodak, he had a high visibility yellow-green shirt on. Man, all you had to do was take a quick scan 360, and it was like, there he is.
There he is. Yeah, it's a high visibility shirt.
That was great. I always knew where he was at.
So Gary, you got to not Gary, but Stuart, you got to unmute your mic. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, 2024 flying.
Yeah, you got a shirt. We'll get it to you.
Thank you, Sparky. I'm not worried about it. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you getting it for me.
Well, this is what I've been up to.
All right. A little small job.
That's for my grandson. So.
That's what I figured, yeah.
And I went out flying today, and Brad had a barbecue after, so it was pretty nice. A good day.
Very good.
Flew the Pathfinder, and I have to do a little work on this vector area. Let's see. But coming along. Other than that, actually, I do have a question.
All right.
I'm trying to fit up this motor and the circuit board and everything for the Cobra. It didn't say in here on the manual I got off the internet about the batteries. It didn't say what cells. How many cells?
Right.
This is it here. Anybody, I might have to look it back up on the internet and see if I can find it.
2808.
If you go to Innovative, and they've got charts on there, and they sell the Cobras. So you got the whole workup on the Cobra. You can pick the prop and the RPM you want to go and the speed you want to go, how much thrust you want to go, and
Oh, okay. This must be it. Innovative 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can Google that .com, whatever. Okay, I'll try that and see if I can find it.
yeah, those charts are really handy.
Okay, I'll look it up and see. Thanks.
Take you a minute to learn how to read it, but once you figure it out, really
I
simple.
just want to find out what battery I want to put in and see what I've
Probably
got.
4 cell. What airplane you putting it in?
Just
4 cell's a good shot at just about.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, 4 cell be plenty for that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Stuart,
Uh,
what's the KV of the motor?
1330.
Okay, that'll work with a 3 cell too.
Yeah.
three
You
or
got it.
4.
Yeah, I'd say a 3 cell with 1300. We go 4 cell, it's going to spin a little fast, so
Okay, a 3 cell then. Okay.
that'll actually save you some money too. I didn't
Yeah,
see
That's
the
the weight.
number. What size is it?
A bunch of batteries from RC, a 3 cell. I have an idea what size I should use.
Well, let's see. What size motor was that again?
Hang on a second.
20. I saw the paper. You had the paper there.
13.
First off, what John and Philip and the guys were saying is exactly right. Go to their site and they'll have that. And that was a 2808. Sounds like a 9.6 prop, probably turning about 10,000 RPM will get you pretty happy, I think.
like 2200 would be too big, right? Wouldn't it?
Well, at that point, you reach the point where bigger the 2200 just means more duration. I think a 3 cell 2200 will be a pretty good choice, actually. That should be about a 6-ounce, 6.5-ounce battery. Won't be too big for an airplane that size.
Yeah.
Almost makes you think that
Got lots.
airplane might have been designed by Box.
There you go. That's 3 cell 2200 is a nice pack.
3 cell 2200, and I got tons of these things. So
just sneak up on it a little bit on your flight duration. You could probably fly a 5-minute flight on it without too much trouble.
yeah, that was for the kids to learn on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I won't want. I might go 2 minutes to start with, or something 3, and then work them up.
Yeah. Do you have the one of the Huben timers?
I got that one you suggested.
Okay. If you turn it all the way to the minimum, that's a minimum flight time of 1 minute and 45 seconds. FMOC. Yeah. 1:45 is the minimum time on that. So that's pretty good training flight. You should be able to get 2, maybe 3 flights off of it, depending on how fast you run it.
Okay.
And as
yeah,
far
not
as
too fast, just enough to keep it good in the air.
Yep,
Just
that's it.
Hey,
Yeah,
question.
10,000 RPM might be a little fast even for training. So
Question, Stuart. I
Yep.
see you use ammo boxes like I do.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have them completely sealed, or did you take part of the seal out of the lid?
Well, I heard you should take the seal out, and I don't know if I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
because I cut part of my seal out.
Yeah, because I hear you need to let the pressure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably cut a small hole in that or something. Either that or drill a little hole. But yeah, I'll maybe take that out a little, like an inch or something.
I've never had one, enclosed like that do anything. But
yeah,
that was just something I'm not sure whether I overkilled or whether it's really necessary. But I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, I know.
If anybody's got an opinion.
I've heard of that too, because the pressure inside can get pretty intense, I guess. I'll have to do that. I'll have to cut an inch out of it or something.
You just cut out just a part of it. I have a camo box, an ammo box as well. And
I cut out part of the seal.
Just cut it. Yeah, I would think an inch of it, just enough to give it to blow off the pressure.
Yeah.
To do that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, my ammo box has got ammo in it.
Well, now you got a reason to use it up.
Yeah. So, alrighty.
Yeah, a little hint there, Gordy. Don't put your batteries in the ammo box with the ammo in it. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
got
don't.
those
I don't think
separate.
that's. I don't think that's a happy combination either. So.
They call that a fireworks box.
Mm.
4th of July coming up.
Yeah.
And let's just say it will probably, it'll probably unseal itself pretty quickly all by itself. So
Yeah.
I bet it would.
yeah.
All righty.
Thanks.
Let me see here. They added some features to this Zoom. It's pretty cool. I can actually show multiple people at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's my first time
What's
doing that. It's a new thing.
yeah.
So anyway, that's good. So I don't think I gave Sparky a chance to tell us what he's been up to. What you been up to, Sparky?
When I was flying today, got my airplane pretty much trimmed.
Yay,
Oh, good.
that's good.
The engine, what come down to is I figured out that I had dirt in the fuel. That's why I was having so much motor problems. So I went and bought a crap trap. You know what they get for those now?
How much?
$8 to $10 a piece
Oh,
for a $2 crap trap.
Wow.
So anyway, got my lap speeds to 5.7, which wasn't where I wanted to be. So I shortened the lines 2 foot, and we're at 5.5 now. That seems to be a pretty comfortable lap speed for that airplane. However, I do have one issue. Maybe Gordy will know about this. It's a trim issue. When I give it hard control, the nose pitches out. You know, when I'm really hitting the turn hard, the nose will pitch out, and it don't matter if it's inside or outside. So
It's always out.
huh?
It always goes out.
Yes, the nose. I was thinking it's gyroscopic precession, but I've only run a 12-inch diameter prop, 3-blade.
The precession will go different directions, going up and down.
I'd move the lead outs further forward.
Shit, I'm all the way forward in my forwardest hole. I guess I'll have to drill some holes.
I had to do that on my first Tony. I didn't make the slider go far enough forward.
So how did you fix it?
I went in with the Dremel tool.
Well, this has this has the Bob Hunt system, which is the push, you know, the brad eyelets. So
Yeah, I know what you got.
I might be able to scoot it forward one more hole. Because I thought the same thing, and I kept moving the lines forward, and they're all the way forward now. But that didn't seem right because it's in the same position as my other airplane as far as, you know, it's the same wing, but the other airplane is a Super Tiger. This is a PA. I mean, I wouldn't think that would be that much difference.
Well, every airplane trims differently, you know.
But I thought the same thing, that it was a lead out position. So you just confirm my
Got your flap tape?
pardon me?
Got your flaps tape?
Yeah, right.
Well, do you?
No, I use sealed hinges. I use the pocket hinges.
Oh,
Can't tape them.
okay.
you can check if it's precession by going to a lighter prop.
Well, it's
Do you turn your prop the same way in inside and outside maneuvers?
yeah.
Well, and John probably doesn't have the solution, I don't think.
There will be no no taping of the hinges for me.
All right. Well, enjoy turning left.
Well, I got you on there, Sparky. That was real cool the way you painted that skull on that flight streak.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, huh?
Well, I don't know if it's simple, but you did a good job.
Thank
Yeah.
you. The hardest part is to draw what you want, and then all you do is you draw what you want on a piece of poster board or plastic or something to make a frisket out of, and then cut the negatives, and then spray the black, pick it up and spray the dark color, the background, and then come in and detail it. You can paint naked women like that. I can do portraits like that, whatever. As long as you got a frisket.
Did you get to hold still when you paint them?
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't even mask it off.
No.
You'll have to teach us how to get them to do that, Sparky.
I'll show you.
It was very impressive.
Well, all I can tell is it's a lot easier to paint them than it is to monocoat them. All right, and it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No sense of humor about that iron. That's all there is to it. So
yeah.
There's the skull right there.
Very nice, Sparky.
Yeah, cool.
That took 15 minutes.
Wow.
Did it pretty quick.
hey, Sparky, can you do anything to change the rudder offset on that airplane?
No.
Okay.
I cut it, Why, is it going to need rudder offset?
Well, it's just a bit of a wag here. I've had some airplanes that with a propensity to wobble sometimes in a corner, especially coming out of corners. And I found it's not the rudder offset doesn't really change the line tension. What it does is it makes the airplane just stabilize and yaw, so it's not moving back and forth. And it's thinking maybe when you're turning it or something like that, the act of pulling on the controls or something like that is making the airplane turn, because it doesn't have a real neutral. It's just kind of neutrally stable and yaw. So
I mean, I could cut, notch it out and put a tab on it.
yeah, don't put anything permanent. Take a piece of balsa, like a piece of trailing edge stock or something like that, and tape it on the rudder or even just the back of the fuselage and see if it has any effect at all.
On that one there?
Yeah, just even a trim tab, or like an aluminum trim tab. You can do it. You can do a diagnostic just to see if it'll help any. If it helps, then you can look at doing something more permanent. But
this thing, the nose always turns this way. It doesn't matter whether I'm
Right.
talking about a hard turn on a square or a triangle. When you go
Right.
like that, the nose wants to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. At least it's not turning in.
Well, if it was turning in, it'd be no fun. So.
But it's causing a rock. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to do that, and it didn't take very much. Like just 1/8 of an inch of rudder offset on a tiny little fin on the Mobust, and it did a nice job of. It's like the airplane was just flying like snakes around the circle and stuff like that. And if you put just a little offset in it, it just makes it stay one direction all the time. That's all.
Yeah, this
So
here,
you don't need a lot. So
it's a 3/16 thick rudder that's been sanded more or less to an 1/8.
yeah.
In a taper, so there's not a whole lot of airfoil in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll stick a tab on it and see.
Yeah, even if it's an aluminum tab, and even if it's like even the side of the fuselage, just if it works, then you can do something. If it doesn't, then you haven't messed up anything. So
I want to tell you guys too about that. This 2K clear.
Yeah.
Do not spray it over sign paint enamel. It wrinkled like wrinkle paint. So that's why I'm making another sign for the guy.
Sparky, I know that you usually put like 3% engine offset. What if you just lessen that just a tad, maybe 2 degrees on your engine?
No thanks. I like line tension overhead. This is the first airplane that's done this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give the two, first I'll try the trim tab because the lines are all the way forward.
Mm-hmm.
I do probably have enough room to drill another hole a 1/4 inch farther forward on the front line and move that hole to that hole. So that would move it almost ahead of the center of gravity.
That's
But
okay.
I think maybe the trim tab would be the trick. So we'll try that. And if that works, then I'll cut into the rudder and tweak it over.
I think the dog agrees.
I'm not sure if he agrees or disagrees.
Yeah, Steve was out there today. I don't know. Could you see that, Steve?
No, I guess I wasn't looking that close. I didn't really notice that.
Give it hard up and it kind of want to go like that. It doesn't matter if it's inside or outside. It's wanting to point out.
That's weird. No, I'll have to watch it more carefully next time.
Yeah, my guess would be it has more drag on the right.
More drag on the what?
More drag on the right when you deflect the flaps.
Huh.
On the more drag on the right wing. It turns out, right?
Right. But you wouldn't think so. I mean,
Does it roll any?
no.
It's just a yaw. Okay.
Yeah, just a yaw. And like I say, it doesn't matter whether it's inside or outside. It's you got to hit it pretty hard, you know. But I want to get rid of that. And Howard, there's not much of a way to tape the hinges because the hinges or the leading edge of the flap is set into the wing.
Yeah.
You know, 1/8 of an inch. Both on the elevator and the stabilizer or flap.
Yeah.
Knuckled up like that. So.
All right, let me see here. Let me go to Gordon Delaney. Hey, Gordon, thanks for coming in. How you been? Is Gordon muted or?
I think Gordon went in the other room.
Gordon is chasing his dog.
He went to take his dog out or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to come back for him then. So in that case, let me go to you, Mark. So what you been up to, Mark?
Oh, working away. I had caught up from Brodax. I didn't get much done since Friday, but I did. Still working on my Ryan. I got that in silver.
Okay, making progress.
And a little farther along than here, I put a load of primer on this afternoon and sanded that down. So I think I'm about done with silver cuts. I hope I go to white now and get the color and get it all cleaned up and go back in the air.
What are you using for primer?
It's automotive DuPont. I can't remember the number. It's one of the standard DuPont automotive gray primers that I've had for 10 years.
Okay.
Use that much of it up. And then I had this set of plans here that I did, this little air coupe that I kind of put on hold when I got my little TomTom kit. Can you see that?
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
The landing gear
Okay.
kind of intrigued me.
So I sent this off to AutoZone this afternoon. So hopefully it'll be on there in a few weeks. I think they're about 2 weeks behind, and from when you send them something till it actually shows up on the web. But and I'm getting ready to get back in the air again. I'm gonna probably go out flying on Wednesday and see if I can find a field that's not occupied by some school activity or something.
So is this a trike gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
just like the real air coupe. Here's the
Okay,
here's the back wheels and the
I see now.
front wheels under here.
All right.
So I'm getting ready to get back in the air again, and the weather's been really crappy. It rained today,
Oh no.
but I think it'll fall into the usual summer pattern here pretty soon. Get
Good.
calmer mornings, and if it rains in the afternoon. So
Very cool. We go to Philip Bailey. Hey, Philip, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Just trying to stay out of trouble. Working on the Vector and I put the front end together tonight. I don't have the plywood parts. Dennis knows what I'm talking about. And it's going to be an airplane soon. Everything's cut now. I just got to go ahead and assemble it, but it'll be an airplane soon. Now I got to order. I cannot figure out what I did. I repaired the timer that came out of it. I don't know what in the world I've done with it. So guess I've got to order a new ESC and timer. But I think I'm going to put a climb and dive ESC in it. I mean, a timer in it and a innovative. I just don't remember how big. Dennis, what would it be? 28, 26, 4 cells. What would it be? A 50 amp?
Oh, Dennis, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, 40 or 50 amp ought to do the job. So
I think I'll get a 4. I think I'll get a 50 just to be sure.
yeah, usually there's not much difference in size or weight or anything like that between a 40 and a 50 or whatever. So
yeah, just rather have the extra protection. Do not want to have to take this thing apart again. It's a booger to get ESN timer in this thing.
yeah, it's like practice for building a ship in a bottle. That's all.
Yeah.
Huh?
This is true. This is very true. I'm going to try. My intent is now. I don't know whether it's going to work. My intent is to get it in there before the front goes on the airplane. I've done this once, and I don't really want to do it again. ESC was just about that much too big for the hole. I had to hog it out on the sides a little bit. Everybody else said they liked the way it looked, but I wanted it to look stock. It just didn't. Anyway.
Is that a Vector kit or a Vector ARF?
It was an ARF. It was an ARF. It was I bought it just to have something to trying to learn to fly electric and start flying this thing, and it's flown so well I just kept it. And yeah, the SV11 is a better flying airplane, but it's bigger and heavier, and it tells on you pretty quick. Shoulder gets to aching. I just like the 40 size airplanes. They just seem to go along with my way I fly better. For fun. Now, when I go to a contest, I take the bigger airplanes, and Lord knows I've got some bigger airplanes, Revolution and the SV11. I've got 2 or 3 SV11s, and I like all of them. But it's just I don't know. I like the smaller airplanes for fun flying. Like that biplane, the SE5A. It's really just a restyled 38 Special, but it's just so much fun to fly.
That's important. Fun is important. You got to keep
Fun is important.
Yeah, I like it. I like it better. I like to go out and have some fun, and it's a good one. And you can't get them anymore, so it's just makes it that much more a project that I wanted to try to restore, put it back together. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, Dennis, you did a heck of a job designing that front end. But I should have called you and just said, do you have plans to that front end? Because trying to put it together from looking at the toothpicks and trying to figure out how they all fit together, man, what a job. That was a mistake.
You get
Well, Brodex did have quite a few vectors laying around yet. I don't know if any of them were electric or not, but you might still be able to go that way. Were they?
Yeah, I looked. Okay. They were gas. Dumb question. How do you put the battery in your Gypsy? Is it a side loader or take the cowl
Yeah,
off?
I made the Gypsy a side I made it a side access.
I think that's what I'm gonna do too. I was looking at that today. I think that's gonna be my next one that I start, but I've got to finish 4 before I start anything else. Luckily, I've got 3 of them underway, working on the finish and all, but I got to get it done.
Okay. Well, let me hurry up a little bit. We're getting pretty crowded in here. I got a lot of people still.
Go for it.
I got Howard Rush, Dennis Adamson, Stephen Smith, Lynn Burrell, Bill Urban, and then Mike Blanke. So let me
Good
go.
gosh.
Hey, Mike.
Let me go with Howard Rush. Hey, Howard, how's it going?
It's going okay. Mary Lou thinks that to go to the World Championships, you need to be an official supporter and pay some money before now. Otherwise, you're not allowed on the premises. Is that true?
I have no idea. I wish Mark.
Wise.
Mark Wise or Paul Walker was here because those two are running it, right?
Yeah. Well, they're running the stunt part. Are you a supporter?
I didn't know that there was any kind of official support action going on, actually.
I didn't either.
Yeah, Mary Lou thinks there is, and she's scolding me for not in time.
Well, it could be a very quiet event if we're all supposed to pay to watch. Let's put it that way. And if we were already supposed to have paid to watch.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, never mind. Go on to the next customer.
Yeah, well, just call Paul or Mark or something like that. But he hasn't said a word that I recall. So
I haven't heard anything about it.
There are supporter T-shirts that Brenda Schutte was selling.
Yeah.
You can support the team by buying T-shirts from Brenda Schutte.
Oh, speaking of, yeah, I have something to talk about.
All right.
I intended to make red, white, and blue vortex generators. I was going to give some to the team and then sell them to people for donations to the team. And so I figured out how to do it, and I put down the blue. I made 120 of them, and then put down the white, and then opened my package of red filament, and it was too big. It was the wrong size. So there was the machine waiting for the red filament, and I didn't have any, so I had black. So if the Estonian stunt team shows up, I got a lot of vortex generators.
All righty.
That's my only story that I can think of now.
Just don't put them on a Randy Smith design, man, because he'll say, "What are those rat turds doing on the wing of my airplane?"
Oh no.
That's what he says.
Yeah, will you find any Randy Smith designs on the U.S. team?
I doubt it.
Yeah. What's Matt flying? Maybe he's got one. I don't know.
He's got his own design he's been messing around with the last couple of years, couple of iterations on it.
Scooteria?
Yeah.
Scuderia?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's a little twist on his last F1 design, I think.
Yeah.
I remember the Enterprise. That's probably too far back, huh?
That's different Matt.
I'm trying to think of the name
that
of the
was
new
Matt
one.
Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's speaking of Matt Newman.
Okay.
Matt Colan's on the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his new airplane. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, I think he was
I
in
think
his
Scuderia is right.
He was in his windy phase on naming airplanes.
Scooterita. With a D. SKUD. Scooter something.
Scuderia.
That'll work.
But that was the old one. He has a new one, and I can't think of the name of it.
Well, no, his F1 design. I'll look it up. I'll find him.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike. Hey, Dennis Adamson. I know you have been talking, but I haven't asked you what you've been doing lately. What you been up to?
Not enough. I keep plodding away on this, trying to get this airplane rebuilt, and plodding is the operative word. So I'd like to say it's getting closer, and I suppose it is, but it's moving at a glacial progress. I ought to have it ready about probably about 2 weeks after the Nationals. So, which is kind of problematic. But other than that, life goes on.
Cool. And then we have the original Steve Smith from St. Louis.
Except no substitutes.
Right. Yeah, I got to go flying today. The weather was pretty good. Rest of the week's not so great, but we did get to fly today, so that was a good thing.
So you flew your Spectre?
Yeah, yep, still flying the Spectre. The Crossfire's still at the Stunthangar Skunk Works. I got hopefully since the weather's going to be bad, get by there this week sometime and do some more. You guessed it, sanding.
Yeah. So you've been working on the outside squares stuff you're working on the Spectre when you're flying. What was you working on?
I fly a full pattern every time.
Alrighty.
I got to work on my overhead eights according to my critics at Booter Park.
You're too old to do overhead eights.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He does out in front of me eights.
I ain't the only one.
He got called out on his overhead eights in Indiana too. So.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
I'm continually called out for my overhead eights.
Yeah, it's a tough one when you get old. That's for sure.
That's all right. I just ask him what overhead eights.
So what are you soldering, Howard? I mean, I've been doing a lot of soldering lately.
What am I soldering? I'm soldering some stuff on it's house electronics.
All right, very cool. It's a honeydew list, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Very cool. All right, and so let me see here. We already did Gordy earlier, so let me go back to now we're at Lynn Burrell. Hey, Lynn, how's it going?
Nice. Very good. Flew the new airplane today, finally.
Oh man,
how'd it do?
fantastic news.
Yeah,
What do you think?
that flew nice. Yeah, it's flying very well. It actually flew very well right from the get-go. It has a few issues though, like they all do. They all have a few issues. My main issue was tank. At the end of the run, it seemed to be doing some surging, but I think it's because I didn't angle the tank inside the body. I left the tank straight. So I'm gonna reset the tank and we'll go with that. I'm a little tight on fuel. I'm running 7 ounces of fuel and I'm getting about 630 on the ground stopped after the pattern. So, but I feel like the motor's working. I don't know. I don't think I've got the right prop combination just yet. I'm running a Bob McDonald prop, but it seems like I need still a little bit more pitch. So we're close, but not quite there. The airplane flew flat and level both ways, right off the board, and it also seemed to turn well both ways, and the lap times were the same both ways, both inverted and right side up.
That's great.
Right off the bench. So I'm way ahead of where I thought I would be right now.
Wow.
So I've only got one full pattern on the airplane. I have 6 flights on it at this point, and Thursday's supposed to be nice, so we'll go out and pound away at it again on Thursday.
Is this piped or did you put a muffler on it?
Nope, pipe.
Pipe. Good deal. Good deal.
I'm running that's the PA 75 you sold me, Phil.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know if you piped it or what.
And it runs outstanding. I mean, I've got that thing set up. I do the same routine every time I hit that prop and it goes one flip every single time. So I'm really happy about that.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm tickled.
So thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
All is good in the hood.
Good deal. Good deal.
Fantastic. So that brings us to Bill. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Thanks for coming.
Hey, Charles, fellas. And things are going well. The club, the Piston Poppers, put on a flying demo at the local airport, and we had a lot of kids come by, and we gave them demos on how the planes fly and how the controls work, and it was a really nice day. We were out there. It was technically a pancake breakfast for the local EAA chapter, and the event occurred at the Anoka County Airport, which is just north of the Twin Cities. And yeah, it was a really nice day. And we had one young man, I think he's in his early teens. He's contacted the club, and he wants to learn to fly control lines. So we're gonna supply him with as much as he needs, and then we'll have a junior in the club. Can you beat that?
No, I cannot beat that. I have a bunch of old men in my club.
Yeah.
And the juniors are 60 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, the juniors are 60 years old. Very good.
Almost qualify.
You know. Can you do me a favor, Bill? I really like your Cobra. I know it's a modified yeah, can you share that picture? You shared it in the after party. And
I can try. Oh, and you asked me about painting that darn thing, and that was a bear painting that darn thing. Let me see if I can. So I brought up pictures of as it was being painted.
Oh, really? Cool. I really like that plane. When I first saw it, I think when I saw it, it was
I can find it.
Pretty old, and it still looks good. I mean, I like the color scheme. And while you're doing that, let me go on to Mike Lunky. Okay. What you been up to, Mike Lunky?
Yeah.
Oh, you got. Oh, hang on, Mike. He did get it going.
That's
Bill?
fine. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
So the whole plane started out polar gray.
All right.
And if you can make it out, there's the white lettering, and then I put the yellow stripes.
Oh, yeah. I see the Cobra.
Then the orange stripes, and then the red stripes, and I think that's it. So the whole thing the plane was never painted silver, but the whole thing was polar gray, which was just white with a few drops of black in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll try to bring up the picture when it's done. Let me find another picture here. Oh, crap.
So did you use paint mask or did you just use tape? How'd you do that?
I used 1/8 inch. I used masking tape, and I would lay the masking tape out, and then I would cut it with a utility knife to the width that I needed, and then I would roll up the masking tape on top of a bottle cap, and so I had these little tiny rolls of masking tape with very fine or narrow strips of tape, and that would go around the curve. If it was a sharp curve, of course, I used super narrow masking tape, and I used a lot of frisket film. It was a real pain in the neck. I'm going to try to remove this picture here, Charles, but I'm not sure how.
And go up to the top and hit stop share.
Stop share. Okay, I'm going to go to leave. Oh, no, crap.
Don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. And then this is what it looks like now.
While you're looking, let me catch up in the chat box.
Yeah.
Haley gave us a like. Thank you, Philip. All right, here we go. And Dennis Adamisson is a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you, Dennis. He gave us a like. And then Roy Lane is also a member of our YouTube channel. He says, "Good evening, all. Like provided." And then Joe Thompson says, "Hey, Charles, like provided." Thank you, Joe. Look forward to seeing you maybe fly this week, maybe not. And then look at that plane. That pretty. I like this plane. Very nice looking.
What did it start out as?
A Sig Magnum.
I thought.
Robert.
Very nice job. I like how you came up with that.
So the last color to go on was that charcoal gray.
Right.
So at one point, all the white and yellow and orange and red was masked off, and then the gray was painted last, and then the ink, and then I piled on a whole bunch of clear, and yeah, you know the whole shtick. Share. All right.
Very nice.
All right.
What kind of appearance points have you gotten over the years with that plane?
I think when it was brand new, I was getting around 18, and then 20 years later, I think I was getting 14. So
very good.
The closer you get, the less pretty it is.
Yeah. Unless you keep the finish up, keep working on it, you know. Keep it like Sparky's pretty much pretty diligent. He keeps his finishes up. He's always fixing the things all the time.
So Charles, since I've got you guys here as a captive audience, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a design that I sketched out on butcher paper 30 years ago that is now Nostalgia 30 legal.
All right. Can you
Was
share
it
it?
ever published?
It was never published. It was
Then it ain't
30.
legal.
What's that?
Then it ain't legal. It has to be published.
It was, well, there was pictures of it in Model Aviation.
Okay.
But you're published as plans, I imagine, huh?
No, if there's a picture of it 30 years ago, it's legal.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can bring it up. It's a 35 size copy of Winty's Red Baron.
Oh, cool.
So here's the picture that was in Model Aviation 30 years ago. I don't know if it showed up yet.
It looks good.
Yeah.
So I used a Fox 35, and then later on I used a Super Tiger 34. It flew much better with the Tiger 34.
You know, I've never seen a Super Tiger 34 run. I remember when they came out, and Tower Hobbies was selling it, but I didn't click on it because I didn't hear anything good. I didn't hear any good feedback back then. But you got good experience with
This
it?
one I got Tom Dixon. It ran great. So
Why? Tom made it.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, right?
You know it. That is cool.
So
that looks cool.
So the important thing to note in this picture is I had no gray hair.
Yes.
30 years ago. And there's proof.
It's legal enough for me.
You know Dan Winship?
What's that?
Do you know Dan Winship?
I only purchased some products from Dan.
That's around 91, and I got a picture of Dan Winship in about that configuration.
All right. Enough of that.
I used to have hair too. I had hair also.
No, I don't blame it.
Me.
Fantastic. I wanted to ask you about your Cobra. Now, have you always used a Super Tiger 51 in that plane?
Yeah, I used a stock Tiger 51, and one of Randy's Venturi's really tiny opening. I can't remember the number, but that stock Tiger 51 has always run great. And I've got one of Brian Gardner's ABC piston liners, and I've been wanting to try that. I think that would run even better.
Yes.
Yeah. So the ring, if I don't fly for years, which I do, that ring gets glued in that groove, and I gotta soak that engine twice before I can get that ring unglued from the groove and the piston. But with the ABC, I guess I won't have that problem, or I could just fly and not go for a year without flying. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the Brian Gardner's piston and liners.
You'll love them.
Yeah.
I got 560s with that setup in them, and they run great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So that brings us to Mike Lonke. What you been up to, Mike?
Hey guys, just repairing some RC stuff. We've been flying quite a bit of RC. I found Matt Colin's current airplane.
Some.
Let's see here. Did I lose you guys?
No, no.
No.
Big.
Oh, okay. All right. And where is the share button?
Down in the bottom center.
The green one.
Well, it's coming up on my screen, but it's, oh, here we go. Let's do this. Well, it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm not sure what's happening. Nothing's coming up, huh, guys?
Open the picture up on your computer.
It is.
Hit the green button and then choose the picture you want to share.
That's what I'm doing. Is that coming up? No.
Nope.
Well,
the share isn't taking for some reason.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Because I've got it. I can see it in my window.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to share this picture here, but now I can't even get out
The
of there.
share is enabled. I see it. I just checked it. It's still enabled.
It is. Okay.
Well, keep trying. I'll just catch
yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
I will. Yeah. Just forget about that for now. So we had a good time at Brodax. We made a last minute decision to go to Brodax. It was nice to see a few people there. We got to hang out with Dennis for a little while, and of course everybody else was there. We flew. Sam flew clown racing. He won Sportsman Clown, and then he flew combat. I did not fly combat, and then we flew half-ace stunt, or I flew half-ace stunt, which worked out pretty well. I ended up taking a second place with that, with my one day build. Unfortunately,
I watched your flight, Mike. It could look good.
Well, I crashed the airplane 3 hours before the contest. I broke a line and crashed the airplane. It was split into about 4 pieces. So I spent an hour and a half furiously repairing it. And then the test flight, Tim Stagg was kind enough to put me at the end of the order so the epoxy could all dry on it. And that was the test flight, was my first flight, official flight, and managed to squeak out a second place with it. So I was pretty happy. I think if it hadn't crashed and been jacked up, I think I would have done a little bit better.
Which plane was this you crashed, Mike? Which plane?
Can you get it down? It was I called it a Lonky Socky. Huh? Sam's grabbing it right now.
Y'all should have heard the motor. Y'all should hear that motor run. It sounds like it's turning 60,000 RPM.
Yeah,
I've never heard anything scream like that in my life.
Just pull them both down. Let it fall. It's fine. Just let it fall. That's a garbage airplane anyway.
No, it's not.
All right, we're tangled up over here. So it's a smaller version, basically, of this plane Sam has been flying in stunt the last few years. Just to have these are Phil Cartier's half A hacker cores, combat plane, and I just built a semi stunt type fuselage.
Right.
It's got a 40-inch wingspan, 9-inch root, 5-inch tips. Big long nose to accommodate the Cyclone 049 bladder tank. The gear got scraped off while we were there, so we didn't, those are gone. I think all up it was 12.8 ounces, something like that, before the crash. Flew it's elevator only, no aileron or no flaps, ailerons. I've been flying too much RC. 4-inch bell crank though.
All right.
Nice.
Which is key on these half A's because they want to, they just over control so bad.
Right.
So, but we called it the Lonky Socky. That was
Socky.
Last minute thing. But I'll tell you what, this Cyclone has all the power of a 15 all day long. It's got the power of a 15, hence the size of the airplane. This is really a 15 sized airplane. Like I said, it's a 40-inch wingspan, which is unusual for a half A airplane, but this thing hauls it around no problem on 54-foot lines. I was flying, getting 5-second laps, and it flew like a dream. I mean, it flew great before it was crashed, but it just locks and corners real nice. It's not real jittery or, with a lot of the half A's, that's the problem, man, is guys try to figure out the bell crank and the handle spacing, and everything is just you just touch it.
Too sensitive.
It's
too sensitive.
But this is the third iteration of this airplane that I built and taken to Brodax, and this is the final design. This is it. I'm just gonna build more of these because this was the best flying one out of all the 3 that I built. I'm not going to change anything other than maybe try to make it just a little bit lighter. Maybe I can shed an ounce or 2 on the next one. But it's a bare bones, just bare bones design. But it flew really, really well. I was really happy with it. So.
And you flew in what events did you fly in? And
half A stunt at Brodax.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There was about 10 of us, I guess. John Paris won it. John Paris had a beautiful. Was it a
Profile Oriental?
Profile Oriental, half A Profile Oriental, and I tell you what, if you squinted your eyes a little bit, it looked like a full size, 46 Profile Oriental, man, and he flew that thing well. That was absolutely the best airplane there was John Paris's airplane. He was killing it with that thing. So let's see. We got back from Brodax. We've been trying to fly a little bit, but it's so hot here in Tennessee the last 3-4 weeks. Mid 90s, brutal. But the last 2 weeks we've been able to get out. Sam's flying a bunch of RC. I'm flying stunt, and I've managed to squeak out, I don't know, about 32, 33 flights on my stunt plane in the last 10 days. And we're going to be hitting it hard until the Nationals. So
very cool.
You're doing great too.
Good stuff.
Your flying is amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man. I haven't crashed it yet, so that's a good thing. Still working on. I'm still working on my Intrepid, my PA powered Intrepid, but it's just there's no way it's going to be done for the Nats. I started way too late. And I mean, I hit it gangbusters for about 3 weeks and I got a lot of progress done on it. And then the kids got out of school and summer hit and obligations and trips and going here, going there. And we've been gone all the time. So I haven't been able to touch it for about 4 weeks. So that's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to fly my Axioma and eat the appearance points. I can do that in advance. So definitely have no dreams about winning. I can't win it without appearance points, but at least I can finally go and fly with. Hopefully, there's 25 guys, maybe 30. I don't know what they get, but go and see where I stack up there.
That's awesome.
Because I've never flown
Good
stunt
stuff.
at the Nats other than intermediate way back in the day. Because, you know, we always fly combat. We're spending a whole week flying combat. So this will be my first stunt at the Nationals. And I'm only going to be able to do that because Sam's not going, you know, with the Nats and the World Champs being in August. Sam's back in school. Those are his first 2 weeks back in school. So he's staying home this year. And I'm heading up to do my thing. So I'll see some of you there. Oh, and Denny.
Austin.
Go ahead.
Is flying in the World Champs, right?
Austin is flying in the World Champ. That is correct. Okay. That is correct. Yeah, we thought for a minute there that Sam might get to go as the alternate, but that Austin is going. So we wish him good luck and hope that he brings home the junior championship for the USA. You know, Sam will have another chance. There's another team trials next year. Of course, we'll be going to that. So he's young enough. He's got a few more opportunities to attend the World Champs. Dennis, I am going to be there. I saw your help for intermediate. I'm going to be there helping Mike Stinson and beginner. That's my plan. Originally I was supposed to, well, I am going up Friday with my camper, and my plan was to be there Saturday, Sunday, practice, help with people. But I got to go to Michigan for a quick wedding on Saturday. But I'm going to come back Saturday night. I'll be there Sunday morning helping over at the beginner circle, and if I can give you guys a hand over on intermediate, I would be happy to do that.
Okay, well, it's shaping up actually pretty good. I'm actually short a judge right now, but I don't know. I need to. I just need to bang the drum a little louder here, and I think I'll be able to get somebody. But
okay,
we'll see.
All right.
I
Well, I'll be
appreciate it,
there,
Mike.
and if I can,
looking
if I
forward
can
to
help
seeing
in
you
any
again.
way, if I can help in any way, let me know.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, that's pretty much it for us, man. Right?
Very good. Let me catch up in the chat box. Ken Culberson said, he's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Ken Culberson, for your support. Appreciate it. He says Matt's plane is named Artemisia.
That's the one. That's it.
All right.
It's Artemis.
Artemis, yeah. Artemis. That's the one. Yes.
And
Artemis. That's right.
I'm gonna fool with my screen, Charles, and if it just pops up, then you'll get to see it. Okay,
all
but
right.
y'all keep talking.
Oh, that is an S. And the chat is so tight.
How do I do this?
ARTEM.
What did you do?
A, but it is.
I did share screen.
Artemis. Here we go. Now we're sharing.
Okay.
Sharing the gallery.
And then we just do this.
Yep.
There it is.
Leave
it to my 15-year-old to figure it out, man.
Yeah. It can help you. That looks good. It's a good looking plane. That's Matt Coleman, you said?
Matt Colin's airplane for the World Champs. Yep, that's his Artemis. And yes, Len, you were correct. His previous F1 plane was the Scuderia.
Yes, that's the one. Exactly.
Yes. Okay, how do I stop sharing, Sam?
So, think.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
So
buddy.
There you go.
Electric,
that Artemis, or is it Glow?
It's Glow.
Glow.
It's Glow. Yeah, PA 75, probably knowing Matt.
All right, cool. Very, very cool. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. And then I have Jim Hoffman, who's a member of our YouTube channel. And if I didn't mention it, Ken Culberson is a member of our YouTube channel too. Thank you, Ken, for your support. And Jim Hoffman is a member of our YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. He says, like provided, plan to fly tomorrow morning. Fantastic. That's great. Hope you and the guys in Arizona have a great time flying. I'm sure you're gonna be flying really early, I bet. I mean, like really early. But I'm sure you're gonna have a good time. And then Minnesota Mike, I haven't seen you in the chat box in a while. He says, has that Cobra been to Clovis?
Yeah. Twice.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I remember seeing it up in Madeira for the Golden State Stunt Championship.
Yeah, you launched.
I launched it. That's right. That's when I was so impressed with your Super Tiger 51. That thing was running sweet. And I think I first saw your plane at Wood and Arrows, and I just enamored by the color scheme way back when. That's probably 2013 or 15. But
Yeah.
anyways, pretty plain in my opinion.
Thank you.
So, oh, you're welcome. You did all the hard work, and great. So we have 26 concurrent viewers, 24 likes. We have 0 chat revenue and 0 new members. Please make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. Sometimes YouTube plays games like that, will unsubscribe you. Make sure you're subscribed so that when Sparky comes on, you'll be notified. If I come on, you'll be notified. And let me see, that's about it. We've all caught up. Unless anyone else has something else they want to share or
yeah. Can I try a photo again?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
At this
Bring
point,
up the photo.
Bring up the photo, make it big.
It's big.
And then hit the share button in the bottom of the Zoom meeting.
Okay. And then I got to go back to the Zoom meeting. And hit share.
Right. And then go up and reselect the one you want to share. Excellent, Ed. All right.
So this is what was made for the world, and it's 4 foot by 8 foot. That'll be put on the L pad. So those that you're not going to be there, at least you can see what we were doing to welcome the world and competitors.
Nice. I look forward to seeing that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
nice job.
Very
nice.
Very good.
Now all I got to do is remember how to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah. Even I have to remember how to do that again. I wanted to make a correction. Last time I was sharing those pictures of the Greg Hill and the gang at the table when we was eating that brats and that smoked yellowtail. I don't know if I didn't mention that, but I said Steve Manchella, and that was Steve Maganelli that was there in the photo. So I must have had Steve Manchella in my mind. So Steve Manchella, if you're watching, I mean, come on in the chat box, come in the show. I haven't seen you in a while. Maybe that's why I mentioned your name. But I meant to say Steve Maganelli was at the send-off for one of our flying buddies that leaving California and moving to Pennsylvania. I think he'd be about an hour away from Brodax. So I wanted to correct that. But anybody else got anything?
Got a question for Phil.
For who?
For Phil, just a yes or no. Did you get those files, Phil?
Not when I checked before. Let me look right now. This project healing waters. Let's see. Yes, I did.
Okay, that's all I had.
Yes, I did. Okay, cool deal. I'll go get those printed. Oh, F4.
Oh, it did come up. Okay.
Ed?
It did.
And that's a younger Ed.
Very cool. Man, I wish you could make that bigger. Awesome. Man,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just real quickly, between the forward AIM-7 missiles here in the nose, you have oxygen, liquid oxygen bottle. It's on the opposite side. So I had to service the oxygen, and it was better on alert pad to just swap out the bottle. Well, I lowered the ox bottle, and the hose broke and was spraying liquid oxygen on the missile.
Oh, no.
Really?
Ooh.
And I had no idea what was going to happen, so I just hightailed it out the revetment. and waited a few minutes to see if there was going to be a big bang.
As long as there's no grease on it, it'll be all right.
Man, I bet you did a fast 40 dash.
We had to be airborne within 5 minutes.
Probably beat Tyree.
Oh, Lord.
The fastest guy in the NFL, you probably beat him.
And what was really cool, a buddy of mine was a backseater. He showed me back then how to align the INS, so I could sit there and play around on the alert pad, aligning the INS and stuff. And this is in the 70s.
What is INS? I don't know what you're talking about.
Inertial navigation system.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
That
So
is
anyway,
very cool.
That was a tough old bird right there.
yeah, spent
The
many
glide
hours on
pattern
them.
of a brick.
What was that, Sparky?
A glide slope of a brick.
Oh yeah, Brick's probably got it beat.
What was really cool, I was with the pilots for 2 days straight. So if we took off, I would go on top of the revetment, which was right next to the runway, and I knew when they were coming back, and so they would see me up on top, and I'd be waving my hands. And here's a two ship on final, and all of a sudden I see the gear go up, I see the flaps go up, I see the smoke disappearing. They drift over to the runway and buzz me. And come back around to land. It was cool.
Have you read the NATAPS manual on that airplane?
Negative.
If the engines quit under 10,000 feet, eject.
Yeah.
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 I got the manual for the FRE.
Yeah. I did C's, D's, E's, and F's and that. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd pop that up there.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I can't tell what color it is. What color is that?
It was the Asian OD and tan. I found an old photo and I took it to one of the shops and they blew it up for me, and that was the best they could do. But it was at least something I still had from back then.
Very cool. Now, where's this at? This location?
Well, we were air defense for the Taiwan Strait, so this is Taiwan, CCK Air Base.
What year was
and right behind me were the Chinese F-104s, and that. So,
what year was that?
73.
Oh, okay.
And I left in 74.
We had a flight go over us in 64 that saved our little butts.
Yeah, I got out of high school in 74.
Yeah, so it's hot in Asia. When that sucker lands, you hop in that intake and you do a FOD inspection because it is cold as can be inside. Coming down from altitude.
Huh. Very cool.
Yeah.
That is very neat.
Yeah, so it was 4 AIM 7s, 4 AIM 9s, and a center Su-16 Gatling gun. And actually the gun's not there on this one. I had a munitions guy with me, and we only had one pin in each missile for safety. And the Martin Baker seat takes 7 pins to properly secure it. And we only had the top pin in the hood up above. So we could pull the pins, get down, get the engines. We would get the engines already spooling over as they were hopping in the cockpit to light them off. And a lot of guys don't realize it, but up on the top here, we had a yaw string and stuff.
Taped on?
Because the high angle of attack.
Was it taped on with duct tape?
No, it wasn't taped on. It was fixed there. And on landing, the back seater would keep the pilot from using ailerons. It was rudder and elevator stabilator only for landing. Wow. Otherwise, you'd get adverse control.
What was the yaw string for? I don't know. Don't know.
When you're up there at a high angle of attack, you can see how straight you are as far as yawing the aircraft and stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
I know the Air Force uses it. The Navy use the F4 as well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Marines, Air Force. Yeah.
Blue Angels flew them for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember seeing these planes. It looked familiar when I lived in Terrasana in San Diego, and right next to Miramar Naval Air Station. And so it was just a routine that the planes were or jets were flying over our house. So I saw these F4s as a kid all the time flying. And of course, the later aircraft that came into use, I saw the newer ones too. But I do remember seeing these too. I'm not sure what year that was, but Probably.
Yeah, and we used to also have you heard of cart starts?
No, not me.
We would have look like a coffee can size that you would put up in the belly there, and it's basically firing like the old school. It was like firing a cartridge, and you didn't have to have air to start the engines because these two cartridges would fire, and you'd get smoke and flames, and it would spool the engines over for you, so you didn't have to worry about air. You just needed, well, you could literally start it just off the battery and not have everything plugged in and stuff. So it was
the battery, like an electric plane. I'm just being funny.
and that. So anyway, something else to work on. There's so many high torque screws in this thing to take anything apart. And then I was working on 105s with cam locks, and you could open up panels really quick. Whereas this one was nothing but a bunch of screws and stuff.
When you're saying high torque screws, like how much torque are you talking about?
You know what? I don't remember, but it looks like you would take, you know what a coin slot is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was those, and I don't remember what the torque was. Most of the time for us, as tight as we can get it with the torque wrench. I mean, with our speed wrench.
Okay.
And that was it.
Very cool. I got Ken Culberson. He's a member of our YouTube channel, and he says weapons crew chief on F4D and E and the SEA and Korea 71 to 73. Well, thank you for your service, Ken Culberson.
Yeah. So he probably was at Osan.
I think I met you, Ken, in Arizona, right? At VSC. Let me know if I'm correct. I think I met you at VSC, I think. Anyways, looks like putting Lynn to sleep. So I probably need to end the live stream and we can go into the after party. Everyone, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like and share, comment on the videos, helps the analytics, and do the super chat. If you're watching this as a replay, hit the three dots underneath the video, and then that'll direct you to super thanks, and you can make your donation there. So let me see. I got this new Zoom platform here. Let me see here. How do I stop the live stream? All right. So with that, fair winds, tight lines.